SOFI update here on the 20th. It's been a while since I did an update. I'll probably do one more update after this before earnings. Earnings are on the 1st or the 2nd. But what we have so far is WX. How do I know it's WX? It's WX because this is about a month longer than this. Usually if it's AB, then it will be about the same length. So I label it WX. So that means that I've basically taken out the possibility of this being a second wave. Why have I taken it out? Why have I taken the possibility of it being a second wave out now? The reason for that is wave 3 cannot be a diagonal, and we started off this move higher as a diagonal. We've already retraced to the 0.78 fib. So I don't expect us to come down here and get anywhere lower than that. So I don't think that this is going to end up being like this, unless earnings are absolutely terrible, which I don't expect earnings to be terrible. So we know for those reasons this is WX. So that means this cannot go past I don't expect it to go past on the next move higher 1067. So that's fine. That's only, what is that, like 80% gains? That's fine. So 1067 will be the highest it can go. And the reason I got rid of the 5-wave move is we have a diagonal right here. If that's the first wave right there and a diagonal, then that means it cannot be a third wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's labeled wave 1. That went all the way from 511 to 627. Basically hit the supply zone. And so I think we're currently in wave 2. So this is overall wave 1 of Y, and I think we are in wave 2 of Y. I think it could come back down here before earnings potentially. I have the market selling off a little bit more. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down here to like 560, 570 maybe. Could even come down a little bit lower down to this one. I'm not 100% sure on where that's going to go. This has already gone, it's got about 19 cents less than the top of here. The bottom here is at 558, so don't be surprised if it does come down here. The market sells off. But if it is a diagonal for this first wave, we retraced to the 0.61 fib, so maybe we won't go that far. Maybe we come down here at double bottom. Doesn't really matter. This is really choppy anyway. Either way, let's just say wave 2 is right here. So if that's the case, and we know that this came back down here to 512, the bottom was at 425, that's 87 cents. 87 cents plus 824 is, what is that, like 911? So I have that marked right here, 911. And so I am looking for this to kind of play out like this. If this pattern holds up, I mean, it's really dependent on earnings. I think earnings should be good. Let's say we get something announced with the student loans. That would be really positive. But I'm expecting something like this. Probably more like this. And I would look for that to maybe last into mid-June. And then I would look for something, either an ABC, maybe we get a triangle here. Something like that for a fourth wave. So this would be the overall third wave right here. This would be the overall fourth wave. And then I'm expecting the market to top somewhere in like late July, maybe early August. So we'd probably get something like this. And again, it doesn't have to stop at 911. We could go all the way up here to 1069. So that's just kind of a projection. 911 was just based on how far down this came in relation to the bottom here. So I think that we are basically in a second wave right now, and earnings, it's going to have to be the catalyst for this to go higher. And the overall market, I'm thinking it maybe bottoms in early May. And if it starts going up higher, then this would have a very good chance of completing the overall Y wave with a minimum target of 911, and no more than about 1070. So between 911 and 1070. And then you also can look over here and you have, this is I think it's a daily or a weekly supply zone. It's an alright supply zone. Maybe it's on the weekly. Yeah, so I'd say this is a better supply zone right here. This is at 874 to 1009. So I'm kind of expecting it to finish somewhere in here. It can't go past here. So somewhere in this area right here. And then what happens after that, we'll have to wait and see what happens after that, but there's potential that we could come back down here if the market sells off. It kind of depends on the overall market. And actually, this could end up turning into, no, it can't actually. That's a diagonal. So WXY is what I see. Again, minimum target 911. Highest target is 1070. So I'll leave it at that. Actually, let's look at the moving averages real quick. So we have the 100-day moving average. That's kind of interesting. Might be over here around that time. We are currently on the weekly right around the 50-day moving average, and we have the 20 way below us. So maybe we come down here and hit the 20 one more time. On the daily, we have, get rid of this. We have the 50 here. And so, yeah, we're going to break above, we should break above this. We're still above the 20. I'm expecting the 20 to come up here. Let's see where the 200's at. So 200 here, we just crossed that with the 20. That's pretty bullish. It's going to should cross the 50 here soon. And then I'm expecting this to come way up higher, similar to this. So it's going to be this and go way up here, and then, come back. So anyway, that's a projection. Not sure if it'll play out exactly like that, but that's the target. It's been the target for a long time, and now it should be about time for this to happen. If it fails, it fails, but that's what I see. So anyway, leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos. And let's see what happens here in the next couple weeks. Have a good night.